Hello and welcome to the Gamers Table. It is Monday and we're reviewing those pesky garden gnomes.
Those pesky garden gnomes isn't a horrible game, but it's not a great game either. The rulebook is not very good and doesn't explain the game very well.
First off, you got your little scoring track from 0 to 30. You'd think the game was played up to 30. Well, it kind of. Once somebody falls off the track at 30 points, then whoever's got the lowest score wins.
Mm-hmm.
This game, you were dealt one of these cards, which all happen to be green, so who knows how good that's going to look. And they'll have different things like -5, +5, +10, and some of them will have a 0 times number of
odd
cards.
one out. That's the only one like that. It's the no goal card.
And there's 10 times red. And it'll make more sense when you notice that there are 4 suits in this game.
Red, yellow, green, and blue.
Yes, green has 5 cards, yellow has 10 cards, blue has
Not in a
15
particular
cards,
rank, though.
and 20 cards for red. It's a card game, so it's random. You get random cards. Normally in a lot of card games, if you get to make choices about how many tricks you think you're going to take, for instance, or if you got a strong enough hand, you could bid for the privilege of making trump. But not in this game. This game, here's your cards. Here's your goal. And if you're lucky enough to get the right leaf, you might be able to make trump this round. They have odd point values on odd cards. So your number 11 blue is worth positive 11 points.
So all the 11s are worth positive 11.
And all the 15s are worth negative.
-15, yeah.
Oh, they are consistent.
They're consistent across the force, or whatever suits have that number.
All right.
19 is plus 19 points.
Wow.
So you think, okay, I want to collect points or not collect points. No, it's not that simple. You want to get within your goal, which is a combination of one of these cards and one of these leaves. So -5
Those are the bid tokens.
is your goal, and -13 is what you start at.
Mm-hmm.
So then you have to either take tricks or avoid taking tricks to try to get as close to your target as possible. You score as many points as you are off the target.
And at the beginning of each trick-taking round, you'll draw a... What is it? The goal cards and one of the... what did I just call them? Bid tokens. When you get to 10 points on the track here, you'll get the option of drawing either 2 goal cards or 2 bid tokens. And when you get to 20, you have the option of drawing 2 of each.
And choosing. One.
Yes, you choose one.
But before trump has been
Of
called.
each.
What happens is you'll be dealt out 10 cards each. Try and hold the less green
Yes.
side. And so it has 50 cards in it, so you can have a maximum of 5 players in the game. 5 colors of Gnomes. And the idea is you reveal your leaf, your bid tokens, and the second highest player will call trump, and the highest player will get to go first. So, okay, yeah, I get to go first, but you don't have the whole bunch. You're not completely controlling everything. And after you call trump, it's the standard trick-taking game. If somebody leads a blue, you have to follow suit with a blue if you have it. If not, you can throw anything you want, possibly the trump card, and take it or not. The difficulty becomes when the gold cards, they're not all numbers. As Chris said, the one was 10 times red. What means is you need to get 10 red cards in your pile by the end of the game.
Or as close to 10 as you can.
Yes, anyone off that is going to modify your score up and down. Now, the most you can get...
Never modifies it down, actually.
Yes.
Just goes up.
The most depends on what your goal, your leaf was. It could result in an end negative.
Yeah.
But the maximum you can ever get is 10 points. 10 points positive or 10 points... You can get more than that, but you'll only have to score 10. And 10 points negative, 10 points positive is still 10 points on the track. The plus and minus doesn't mean anything at all. So it's kind of hard to figure out why they bothered with plus and minus when it doesn't mean anything if it's plus or minus.
No, it's just the number you're off by.
Yeah, but why bother having negatives at all if it doesn't mean anything? It's just more math that you don't need to do. And reading the document, math guy wrote this.
Well, when you're trying to get close to 0, you in your score keeps going up all the time, when you keep collecting points, you want the negatives to bring it back down again.
It won't bring it back down, though. Once you, I'm talking about on the
Not
score,
on the score
on the
track
score sheet.
here, no.
Negative 10 and positive 10 is 10. It's basically the absolute value, not the positive negative value. And even if you score 50 points, you're only going up 10. But that means if you do really badly, 4 rounds and the game is over. 10 points, 10 points, 10 points, off the track, game's done.
Yeah, they're really
which
quick
can make
games.
for a fast game, which is not necessarily a bad thing.
No. And now for the gaming news. December 1st, get ready for fierce foes and tough battles because the newest D&D Lair Assault Challenge, Temple of the Sky God, begins at participating hobby shops across the country. A Wizards Play Network in-store program, D&D Lair Assault, Temple of the Sky God pits tactically minded players against an ultimate challenge where strategy and adaptability and a little luck is the difference between victory and defeat. In the Temple of the Sky God Challenge, the storyline takes place across the legendary Mounts of Wind, where the brave heroes venture into a corrupted temple in the clouds. Will the party survive the battle with the dark forces that dwells there, or will they fall before the temple's new master? Players create characters of 7th level using any official 4th edition D&D products and materials. Additionally, D&D fortune cards can also be used during the challenge. For more information about D&D Lair Assault Temple of the Spy God, or to find a participating store near you, visit dungeonsanddragons.com. Wrapping up for those pesky garden gnomes, before we talk any more about it. Theme. Garden gnomes? What? No, there's no theme. It's a trick-taking game. The bid tokens are shaped like leaves and the score track is shaped like a lily pad or something. No theme. Easy to play. No, the cards are hard to read, and until you wrap your head around this weird math that he's got going, and that only some of the cards are cards that you need to worry about, unless the cards are a different color and you do need to worry about them, but unless you get the card where you don't need to worry about anything, because nothing is what you need to worry about. No. Fun to play? Well, at any trick-taking game where you're messing with the other players and taking the tricks they need and that sort of thing, it can be some fun. So, according to the 3, that would be, let's see, a total of 0. I give those pesky garden gnomes a good swap with a broom. And also a 4.
Yeah, 4, yeah, for the manual there. The manual is terrible. I've seen worse, but yeah, this one's, unless you start playing it and start figuring it out on your own, yeah, the manual doesn't help as much as it should. It takes a few plays to figure it out. The artwork, like I said, is a little too busy. The points that matter don't stand out enough on the cards. Yeah, I like the idea of, it tries to be different than just any other trick-taking game by adding in the gold cards and stuff. Even though they're not that easy to do and accomplish, you end up gaining quite a few points on the track very quickly, and game's over very quickly. But overall, once you get past the rules and actually figure it out, I think it's a nice little twist on trick-taking games. It's not a great game by any means. It's not quite as good as it should be. I like the idea behind it, but it just doesn't quite work for me, so I'm just going to give it a 5.
I like the idea behind the game, and I like the fact that you don't go down on the score track, because then that would just make the game go on. They want the game to end. It's kind of along the lines of Hearts. The highest score, you reach a certain point, the game ends. Whoever got the lowest score at that point is the winner. But there's this, for a card game, there's way too much random going on. You're adding the random of the regular cards you're drawing, random of the gold cards, random of these cards. You don't even get to pick trump.
Random of the different sizes of the suits.
Yeah, it's the person with the second highest bid token that gets to pick trump in the game.
It's not even 13 cards a suit. It's 5, 10, 15, 20. Like, it's crazy. And just the points things are weird.
Yes.
I mean, I'm used to trick-taking games and card games, and this one is just odd, but not in a good way.
I give Garden Gnomes a 5.
So that's it for this episode of the Gamers Table. Tune in next week where we review another game.
Because that's what we do.
I think that might be legendary.
Pesky.
Oh, I thought you were
Wow.
going to talk about us there for a second. Those pesky guys over there. Oh, yeah.
But when it comes down to the end where you're trying to figure out how many points you got, and you're like, I think I have negative 53. Okay, that's 10 points. And then because I think I have 14. Well, that's 10 points. I have 11. That's 10 points. That's 10 points.
That's one small step for man,